Hey there, I'm Kendra, online business mentor for health coaches and health practitioners, and I have a quick question for you. So, do you feel like everything needs to be absolutely fucking perfect before you put it out there to the world? And are you wasting hours, weeks, or maybe even months writing the perfect blog or perfect social media post? And if you are, if any of this sounds true, tune in because we got to talk about your issue with perfectionism. And before we dive into things today, if you're a health coach practitioner or someone working in the online health and wellness industry as a coach, I put out videos every single Tuesday that gives you everything you need to be successful in online business. And you can hit that subscribe button. And if you hit that little bell next to the subscribe button, then that will notify you every Thursday when I post a new video. Okay, so perfectionism is actually a mindset, and this is pillar number 1 of my signature program, Health Coach Accelerator, which helps scared, scattered, overwhelmed health coaches turn into high-performing and confident health entrepreneurs. Now, the reason why we start with mindset is because if your mindset isn't right, then you're gonna struggle to build your business and everything is gonna feel hard and overwhelming and you're gonna get triggered and, well, you might give up. So we always start with mindset. But perfectionism is actually a very toxic mindset to have when you are an online business. And where perfectionism comes from is kind of this all or nothing mindset. It might say, well, my website isn't done yet, my website isn't perfect yet, therefore I cannot launch my business. It might sound like, well, I haven't 100% cleared my acne yet, so I can't start my YouTube channel. So, does that sound familiar? Be honest, because it might sound familiar, especially if you're actually still with me in this video. Perfectionism may also look like spending hours and hours and hours creating a single blog post, a single social media post, and the result is your audience actually goes days, weeks without even hearing from you because you're busy trying to make this perfect blog post. So the truth is, perfectionism can be completely paralyzing, and it always, pretty much always, will lead to procrastination. I think those words can actually be used interchangeably, right? So you're failing to take action and actually do things that matter and make money and get you clients in your business because you feel like it isn't perfect. But the problem is that nothing's ever perfect, right? There is nothing that exists on this planet that is perfect. There's always something. So your pursuit of perfection is actually you just on your hamster wheel, spinning your wheel and never actually taking action on the important things that really matter in your business. And you may also be a perfectionist without actually knowing it because there's a lot of social conditioning around perfectionism in our society, especially if you're a woman, right? Perfect body, perfect hair, perfect whatever, right? And so your brain might unconsciously believe that things can't actually be accomplished until it's perfect. But what I will tell you, this is a dream killer for entrepreneurs. So, are you a perfectionist? Let me know in the comments because I want to know if you're hanging out with me right now. So I find perfectionism, it usually starts when we're young. So maybe it comes from teachers or parents who believe that we need straight A's, and maybe when we don't, we get shamed. So that can lead to us believing that things need to be perfect in order for us to be worthy or to have love, right? So personally, I was incredibly concerned with my grades in high school. I used to cry over it. I was super stressed out. And anytime I got less than an A-, I was super, super hard on myself and I felt like a failure. So it really played into my self-esteem and my self-worth. And honestly, it was quite debilitating. So I was led to believe that my grades actually determined the success of the rest of my life, which is fucking crazy. Because to be truthful, like I don't think I've applied anything I learned in high school to my current life. And even the degree I got, the Bachelor of Science I got, I never used it. And I built this entire business that I have on a course that cost me $1,800. It really didn't matter how I did in high school or college, but at the time, I truly believed that if I didn't get good grades, then I would be a failure for the rest of my life. So that mentality really messes us up as online business owners because we can't build a perfect business. If you're going to be successful in business, you have to be willing to try a lot of things that don't work. So perfection needs to totally go out the window. So if you're bringing that perfectionist attitude into your business, you're going to experience a lot of pain and suffering and so much procrastination that you're going to drive yourself a little bit crazy. So perfectionism for me also showed up in body image. I used to read Cosmo magazine, and I mean in Cosmo magazine, it's always about like getting the perfect body and impressing the boys. So I was really concerned with my weight. And me and my girlfriends in high school were actually always trying to lose weight, which is so crazy to me because I was the most fit I'd ever been in my life, and I'm sure I will never be that fit again, but I didn't appreciate it. And it really had nothing to do with my body, it was my attitude, right? And unfortunately, those body image perfection beliefs that I have really carried over into my adult life. It continues to be a bit of a struggle for me, something I'm actively working on, but it really goes to show how deeply these perfectionist beliefs can really entrench their ways into our lives and really affect how we feel about ourselves and our lives and our business in the future. Okay, so I'm gonna give you my best tips for overcoming perfectionism in your business. Number one, done is better than perfect. It's so much better if you just put it out there, even if it has a spelling mistake, even if your grammar isn't perfect, even if you don't think it's 100% perfect or good, just get it out there. So personally, I have actually, at least in business, I've really let go to a lot of these perfectionist beliefs, at least with inside my business. And I put out a lot of stuff that's not perfect all the time. In fact, if you read my emails or if you read my social media posts, especially my Instagram stories, which I'm always doing in the moment, you will find a lot of spelling and grammatical errors, but I don't fucking care because the truth is you can still get a ton of value from my content, even if it's not perfect. And that is all I care about, is helping you. So you really want to remember that anytime you don't put something out there, you are missing out on helping someone who desperately needs your help. Okay, so number two is you actually want to use your problems to your advantage. Problems in business are not a bad thing, they're normal. Really, what you are becoming as an entrepreneur is a professional problem solver. I tell this to myself all the time. I really just solve problems. I get problems coming towards me every day. It's up to me to solve them. I don't get stressed out when I see them. I'm just like, okay, it's a fucking problem. Cool, we'll figure that out, right? It's really important because business is a test and there are always gonna be problems in your business. Nobody's business is perfect. So look at those imperfections as opportunities to learn and opportunities to get more information so that you can better your business over time. Number three is to delegate. So sometimes when we're perfectionists, we believe that only we can do it and no one else will do as good of a job as ourselves. And that results in us just doing everything and really resisting delegating or hiring a virtual assistant or hiring someone to do it for themselves. So I'm a little guilty for this. So currently in my business, I don't have anyone who does tech support. And I have a lot of funnels. I have a lot of platforms that are talking to each other, and I am the tech support in my business. And part of this is because I've had a really hard time training VAs how to do the tech stuff. It's complicated, it's not for everyone, and I don't think it's a skill set of the people I currently have on my team. And so I realized that instead of training someone else to do this, I can do it much quicker myself. And I've actually done my business a disservice because I do believe that I could teach someone to do this, but I've kind of taken the road of, well, I don't want to spend the time. I can do it perfectly. So I have been tech support in my business. And recently, as we've really ramped up our number of offerings, courses, funnels, lead magnets, all this stuff, I've realized that I can't be tech support in my business anymore. So personally, this is a lesson for me. I need to learn how to delegate that. Number four is to take breaks, for the love of God. Please take breaks, because as perfectionists, we will not let ourselves take a break until it's perfect. And that leads to burnout, especially if you are someone who doesn't have a lot of access to energy, right? We have to be very intentional and we have to guard our energy. So don't give yourself the reward of taking a break in order to get it perfect, right? That's crazy. That's gonna lead you working to hours and hours without taking a break. So allow yourself to take breaks and actually just put things out there that aren't perfect, and you'll see it's really not as scary as you think it is. Okay, and number five is to focus on what you actually want versus what you don't want. I find a lot of perfectionists are hyper-focused on what they don't want, and they never actually think about what they do want. So try to think of what you truly want in your business and why you want it, and stop focusing on all the negative things. Keep that positive mindset, focus on what you do want, and try to make the things you don't want push them a bit to the side or just throw them into the back of your head. Okay, so if you want to go deeper into the mindset that is important to cultivate so that you are successful in business, if you're a health coach who isn't making a consistent 5K per month, and that is something that you want consistency, reliability in your business. So every month you at least make that 5K and you can really build that foundation in order to scale and get to that 10K month. This is what I'll be teaching inside my Health Coach Accelerator program. I've currently been updating it, doing some work on it, and I'm almost ready to relaunch it. So if you hop on the wait list, you will be the first to know, and you will also be offered a discount that you are not offered elsewhere. I always give a price promo to the wait list, but if you're watching this video at a later date, I will link to that program in this video as well so that you can check it out. Okay, so if you like this video, you can let me know by liking it, subscribing it, or sharing it with another coach who you believe has got some perfectionist issues. Okay, and my challenge for you is to go post something on social media right now that isn't perfect, that you feel uncomfortable posting, and just see how it feels. And maybe you'll learn that it's not that scary after all. If you have questions, if you want to chat with me further, you can shoot me a message on Instagram.